Talking to yo as a buddy. So I asked your ass how your day was.
Yeah, man.
Boy, calm the fuck down.
Boy,
I ain't writing my notes.
why you lying, dude? Like, stop playing so much. Like,
Nigga
cause you
said
almost,
stop playing so
cause
much.
you almost got me for a second. You almost had my ass.
Alright. Well, we was like that. Nigga, ironically, we was talking. The shit we started learning literally after the day me and you and Janaya was on the phone was arguments.
That is ironic as hell, bro. No
Soon as I walked in that class and I seen an argument, I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Like, why the fuck we was just, bro? It's almost like that class is like for you, bro.
Okay, but yeah, like when we started learning about arguments, and the first thing he put up on the board was argument, and then right next to it, it says not necessarily conflict. So, and I ain't gonna lie, I kind of questioned that like an argument not necessarily conflicted, and then I was like, yeah, it's right, cause there's different type of arguments.
Yeah, and it depends on your own personal interpretation of it.
Yeah, and then his like, in order for it to be an argument, basically, we wrote it down. It was like you have to the argument. You have to give a reason for thinking that a given statement or a claim is true. Which our argument is a statement or a claim, basically. And you got to give reasons to why that statement or claim is true.
Correct.
So then, went on, he asked us a question. And he said, what do y'all think a statement is? I proceeded to tell him, yeah, you're right. I proceeded to tell him I think a statement is something that says, no. Something, no. Damn, how the fuck am I gonna word this? I would say a statement is something that is true or false. Or says that it's true or false. Put it like that.
Alright, I don't have any objections so far.
Yeah, and then he is like, correct, basically, like, yeah, you on the right path and shit.
Good.
So then, this is when we went to write down.
That shit made your ass feel smart, but your ass was like,
I did. So then, goddamn, basically, he was like, he wrote down some shit. We wrote it down, and what we wrote down was, an argument is composed of statements, some of which premises provide reasons for thinking that other statements' conclusions are true.
Alright.
And he asked us what does a premise or premise mean. I don't really know how you want to fucking say that word.
Yeah, premise. I say that.
And I ain't even gonna say the whole class was basically like the reasons given for a claim being true, which was basically what related to basically what a statement is. Then he took it upon himself and he wrote down what a conclusion was, and his thing for a conclusion was the central claim being advanced by the argument.
Yeah, alright. I agree with that.
And then in my head, I was like, how the conclusion is the central claim? But then you had to think about it. Like, it sort of is the central claim.
Yeah, because
you ain't
remember,
gonna do nothing.
Remember, the conclusion ain't nothing but restating what you was like. It's all it is like goddamn you summarizing what the whole everything was about. Like, for example, if you're talking about conclusion in an essay, you're summing up what you said in your introduction and your body paragraphs and ending on one last note and why you feel the way that you feel.
Cause then he wrote something else that caught my mind that I really never really just thought about. But then he also wrote that the conclusion is not necessarily the end, which is kind of crazy. Cause I always thought the conclusion meant the end. I ain't gonna say meant the end, but you know.
Because to you, when you used to write them down conclusions for your essays and shit, it was like, yo, that's the end of the essay. That's the only reason you thought that, though.
Yeah. So basically, then we wrote down like basically how would you write a standard form of an argument, which would be like premise 1, then premise 2 and 3, and then the conclusion.
All right. So when you say that, so it's almost similar to like I said, goddamn, when you writing like an essay or some shit, it's like almost similar to body paragraphs, right?
Hold on. But yeah, basically premise 1 is like he gave us an example.
Alright,
so for the example, he said premise 1 would be Socrates died. Premise 2 would be Plato watched Socrates die. And then premise 3 would be Socrates is mortal. Hold on, bro. I ain't gonna be able to describe this while this bitch chasing me.
Oh God, bro, you suck. You gotta get better, boy.
Oh yeah, my land cover back in. I'm too hard now.
What the hell you thought I was doing? Camping the pallet, bitch? I'm listening though. She not chasing me.
Okay, but like I said, premise 1 would be Socrates died. Premise 2 would be Plato watched Socrates die. And premise 3, which would be like, I wouldn't even say the conclusion. It could be, which would be Socrates is mortal.
Socrates, nigga.
Yeah, Socrates. God damn, I'm saying his rhyme. Damn, I wrote that nigga name wrong in the book. It was.
Go ahead though. Nah, cause some people do pronounce it as that, so I can see why it's hilarious.
But yeah, premise 1 would be Socrates died, and then it could for the conclusion. Like, how does that go towards the conclusion? Basically, Socrates died, so that's the reason why we would think he is mortal.
Alright,
because mortals die.
Yeah, the physical evidence is there that his body is no longer alive.
And then number 2 would be Plato watched Socrates die. And it's like, how would that relate to the conclusion, which is Socrates is mortal? And it's like, I really didn't get that at all.
So say that one more time, because that one was low.
Plato watched Socrates die.
Okay.
And it's like, how would that relate to the conclusion, which is Socrates is mortal? And basically, this bitch chasing me again, bro.
Good, because now I get a little bit of time to think about that, because the premise is Socrates died, so that can support the notion that he's mortal. But you're saying that premise 2 would be like Plato seen Socrates die?
That's what he wrote.
And what does that support? Does that help further support whether or not the notion that Socrates is mortal?
I mean, yeah, but the reason why he put, I think I know why he put that in there. But I think he put it in there to help us understand the standard form of argument, which would be like, number 1 directly relates to 3. The premise 2 directly relates to 3, but 1 and 2 aren't like connected. Like, they don't need each other to support 3. Premise 1 independently itself shows us that, and then number 2 independently shows us that Socrates is mortal. Because it's like, okay, Plato watched Socrates die. Okay, somebody watched him die. That means he still died. He's mortal. Whatever. That's independent. We know that. Like, we know he's mortal.
But it can still stand alone by itself.
Yeah.
Alright, got you. So that didn't even... So what you're basically saying is he used that to show y'all that premise 2 didn't really need to actually be in there to help support the notion that Socrates is mortal.
Yeah, and that's the standard form. Basically, he's showing us like basically the whole thing we went over in class is like, okay, does premise 1 need premise 2 in order to support the conclusion, which is 3, or is both of them independent to where they can support the conclusion by themselves and shit. Like today, I forgot. I want to try to remember what the example was today. He basically read this text and it was like, prostitution is not wrong because basically, no, it was like consensual sex between two grown-ups isn't, no, fuck, bruh.
It's okay. Take your time, man. Take your time. This is how you get better at your communication skills, man. And then this is also helping you better understand what he was talking about.
Oh, that bitch died.
It's all good. I'm a flashlight say. But gather your thoughts together.
You thought, nigga, stop playing with me. Yeah. She going back over there. Okay, but basically the text was like, basically the main, well, the central idea of that text, or you can say the conclusion for it would be like, prostitution is not wrong. And then 2 of the premises would be something like, prostitution is not wrong because 2 grown-ups that give consensual sex to each other is right. Like, if it's consensual, then that means she wants it. So,
all right,
basically that. The other reason was if someone was to go on a blind date with a female, buys their drinks, buys their food, and then go home and have sex. That is not a difference between like going to pay for a prostitute and then going on a blind date, doing all that, and going home and have sex. So then we had to state the fact of, we had to do it in standard form. And he asked us the question of, does premise 1 need premise 2? And how can all of that relate to the conclusion of, is prostitution is not wrong? And we would basically like, premise 1 is not, is independent, because basically, I mean, it's obvious. It says consensual sex. So if it's consensual sex, that means there's nothing wrong. They both consent to having sex with each other.
Exactly.
Which prostitution is. You pay because she's consenting to have sex with you because you pay her and she allows you to do it.
Yeah.
So prostitution is not wrong. So that's independent. That's how that supports the conclusion, which is 3. Prostitution is not wrong. Then we went to say
that shit wrong though because it's illegal.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had to, bro. Yo, that was too good of an opportunity.
That's it. It's like I want to ask her that shit too, cause I feel like I already know what she gonna say.
Bro, don't do it. You gonna just make yourself mad. I'm so sorry to cut you off though. Continue.
Straight. You dumbass bitch.
That's why I damn died. She turned on me.
And then premise 2 was basically like, if a man go on a blind date and buy the girl drinks, buy the food, go home and have sex, and it's basically like that relates to the conclusion prostitution is not wrong because basically she's doing the same shit.
There you thank you. There you go. There you fucking go, man. I love critical thinking class, bro, because it really teaches you to critically think. Because you want me to tell you why? Everyday person don't think about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's good that it's good that you're in that class because you even get to see like these simple ass concepts come to light. And even now, because you're bringing this information back to me, and then I get to give this same information to other people on the Tilo's talks, and it's amazing because people need to understand, like, if you have critical thinking, you don't necessarily you realize a lot of shit that the consensus think is right or wrong. You understand that the whole notion of right and wrong literally starts to break down. Once again, I do apologize for fucking cutting you off, man.
You straight. And then for like I already explained it. So basically, yeah, it was like basically that's the same thing, and she just not asking him to pay. She consensually letting this man have sex with her because he paid for her food and he paid for her drinks and he took her out on a date. So that's basically just another form of paying for sex because she allowed him to have sex because he did all of that and she fell in love with him because of that shit or whatever she want to call it. So yeah.
Understood. Damn, I fuck with that. And I don't know who it was, right? And I want to say it was Tank. I really want to say it was her, but I cannot remember who it was because I know I used to have conversations with her, like deep conversation and shit. But I felt like we talked about that same concept just in a different manner
And
because it was more so like I think it was more so like her questioning would that still be considered prostitution? You know what I'm saying? Versus while you in this class is more so like y'all are definitively saying with sufficient evidence that it isn't wrong or that it is prostitution in some shape or form, and that if you can
yeah,
say that that
and
is
then
okay, then what the hell is so different between that and just regular prostitution? You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Alright, fuck that. I'm just
Cause
ripping.
if you really want to say it really is prostitution, we just don't call it prostitution because we're not going on the street finding some bum down looking girl and trying to pay for sex. It's just in a more secret way of doing it.
Alright,
You
I
know.
feel you. Ready up when you get the chance.
So I mean, we can still call it prostitution, but we can't. You ain't gonna do that because some females get offended. Like, I'm not a hoe in the street. No, we're not saying that.
Exactly. But they're not
Uh,
using their critical thinking skills, so in their head, that's exactly what you're saying.
exactly. And then on top of that, like I said, like the fucking chick said, prostitution isn't wrong, so you shouldn't see it wrong in your eyes. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that sad though? How like some people they psychologically close their minds off from things, and the thing about it is they do it because they look. I guess they look at it in terms of right and wrong or something like that. Because I was watching Joe Rogan's podcast earlier today, and they were talking about I sent it to you actually when he was saying how people
I
have
haven't
some
watched it yet.
but people have some weird innate feeling to either be right or to just know something that another group of people or that another person individually don't know and shit. And you know what I'm saying, that's how they were talking about how flat earth even came about and shit like that. It's a
Mm-hmm.
fascinating concept, you know what I'm saying. When you watch, I'm not gonna spoil the video. I'm gonna allow you to watch it or once we finish talking about this or whenever you get the chance. But it's interesting because there are so many different things. Because believe it or not, we're all on the same team in some way, shape, or form. And when I say that, I mean that in the aspect of we're all trying to because we're all selfish. Because what do we go to college for? What do we go to these jobs for? And what do we even make income for? We do all these things in our own self-interest because we either want a life that's better than the one that we had, we want to build a better life for ourselves, or we're just trying to survive. But at the end of the day, we're all inherently selfish. And even the most self-righteous people, you know what I'm saying, they feel as though that they're not selfish just because they go to community service this, they go to community service that. Why are you going to community service? You're trying to prove to yourself that you aren't a selfish person, that you actually care about the community and everything. And I'm not saying because I understand how it can come off. It can come off like I'm saying that they really don't care about it. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying though is that because of that primal feeling of the reason on why you're doing it, you psychologically are now living in a cloud that you're not selfish because you're doing all these things, but at the end of the day, you are. And it's so crazy, man, because no, And I understand some people just don't look that deep into it. But at the end of the day, when you start to look that deep into it, that's when you start developing that critical thinking, and you realize that that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're all in some way, shape, or form inherently selfish. Even people, societal dropouts. You know what I'm saying? Why do they drop out of society? Maybe they didn't want to consensualize with the norms of society. That's understandable. But that don't mean you're not selfish. You did that in your own self-interest. And we all did.
It's quite crazy. Yeah, like you said in the beginning, folks be trying to feel better. Folks be trying to feel good about themselves when they know something that another person don't know, so they think they're better than the other person, which is quite retarded.
Yep, it is, bro.
Cause it's not that you just know it, nigga. You learned it from somewhere, just like somebody else gotta learn it from somewhere. It's just that the fact that they haven't took the time to either learn it or they haven't got to it yet. So you're no different or no like better. You're not special. You just learned it faster than somebody or wanted to learn it.
Yep, exactly. There you go. And that's what it all boils down to, bro. And if a people and that's the problem too. Like, I'm not trying to tell anyone what to believe, what not to believe, but what I am trying to tell people is to question your beliefs. That don't mean that you have to goddamn, and like I said in the video, it'll expand upon that concept a little more, but that don't mean that you have to change your beliefs or anything, but challenge them. Why do you believe what you believe? You know what I'm saying? Why do you believe the earth is fucking flat? I'm not trying to say, cause I'm not necessarily trying to, cause that nigga did, he took away my focus. Hold on. Cause no cap, I do need to focus low key. Hold on. Oh, I'm dead, ain't it? There's a pallet? No pallet? Oh, this isn't good. But what I am suggesting is that you should definitely try to question your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, why is it that I believe the earth is flat? Why is it that I believe that there's some fucking thing, some omnipotent being that is for whatever reason all good, because all good is a real thing? Why is it that I even believe in good? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make anyone change beliefs or anything like that, but at the end of the day, if you don't question these beliefs, literally questioning things is what gave us a lot of the shit that we have now. It gave us science. It gave us ultimately the society that we now have grown to love today. That's literally what questioning has done for us. You know what I'm saying? And once you stop questioning, you stop allowing your mental to grow. And that's not a good
you cut off your mind.
Exactly, and that's not a good thing at all. And once again, I don't want to throw shots at her, but when she didn't want to, when she literally was willful in trying to misunderstand us, that's not good. Because alright, the conversation we were talking about, it really wasn't that deep anyway. But the whole concept, that she will actually literally not listen, you know what I'm saying, purposefully goddamn just not hear anything that we gotta say, that becomes bad. That can be a detrimental thing in the future, because what if you try to have a actual and legit conversation with somebody, and now they don't really want to have a conversation with you because they already know how you are. They already know how you think. That could definitely. Oh, he mad.
I just fucked this nigga up, dog.
I just 360'd the hell out this dude, didn't I?
Fuck. This nigga dookie. Get your ass back. You can't hit nobody.
Oh.
Oh my god, pussy.
Still block. Oh, and this is why I like the game with the damn doing the Tilo talk.
But yeah, though, like you said, even like that conversation wasn't that deep, but she took it deep because I'm gonna say it like this: anybody who cuts their mind off for growth are gonna think any situation is that deep.
Oh, I ran out of juice. That ain't good, boy.
I found the key.
But exactly, man, and you shouldn't cut your mind off, because the thing about it is we're literally known for our advanced minds. That's the one thing that we all can agree on that makes us different from every other animal in the animal kingdom. Literally. So it's just unfortunate, you know, that a person could actually do that to themselves.
Which I mean, like, this is dumb. Cause like, I don't even know why she take it so serious. Like calling us that sick or that's nasty. Like, bro, like at this point, you're not thinking like.
You're not in the right headspace to have a mature conversation such as that. And we're not even gonna repeat the conversation on this recording, but you know, because you know, she's not the only one that's not ready to have a conversation like that. There's plenty of people out there who aren't ready. He's mad, ain't he? I gave him that hit.
I got a key, so if you find the hatch, let me know.
Nice.
Oh, this nigga on my ass.
Oh, that ain't good. But hell yeah. Where were we? We were talking about oh yeah, how she's not the only one that's not ready to have that conversation. And like I said, I don't, you know, because I personally do believe that is, because I don't think there's no right or wrong mindset, but obviously there are mindsets that can be detrimental to certain lifestyles and to you in general, because having a specific mindset, well, while just because a conversation isn't all that bad, it can definitely show how you live your life. You know, you live your life with a specific mindset, and then, you know what I'm saying, like some people, they want to have this woe is me mindset, right? So everything that happens to them is just like, why me? But shit, bad things have to happen in order for you to level up sometimes. Like sometimes they're literally a necessity. Oh, you're not gonna hear me? That's crazy. But yeah. And a lot of people don't like to look at life like that, but that's the most advantageous way to look at life. Instead of saying, oh, why is this happening to me? Why this? Life don't give a shit about what's going on to you. You thought the goddamn life cared about the Neanderthals being in the damn Ice Age? You thought life cared about the early prominent species of this world, aka the dinosaurs, when they fucking when the meteor happened, bro? Life didn't care about any of that shit.
Okay, good 99. But yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to get people out, like, to try to learn shit or try to grow their mind when they have a mindset like that.
Especially if they've been living that way their entire life. So it's definitely hard to help them.
And I ain't
No,
gonna...
don't run. No way, teammate. You're fucking pussy. He's pussy made. Keep him busy,
But
Popsicles, and
nah,
now go get clearance.
he coming your way, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh, I did. But nah, though, that too, and it's definitely hard to get somebody's mindset to change once, like you said, once they live in a whole fucking society of where laws took in place. You know?
Yeah.
So
it's unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate because society and literally can stop, like, close our minds off to free thinking. Because there's, man, honestly, bro, there's no real wrong or right way to think. But there are advantageous and there are some advantageous ways of thinking and disadvantageous ways of thinking, but that don't necessarily make them right or wrong just because they're advantageous or, you know, disadvantageous. You know what I'm saying? We need to make it to the fucking gate, don't it? Ain't this gate 99? Oh, this gate ain't even been touched, Popsicles. I'm dead.
might be dead.
Nah, I just ran behind that nigga. I need a vault, bro. Where the gate? Where the gate? Where the gate?
Come on.
Oh, he is. Let me hear. God damn, why the fuck I pressed it so many times, dude? But yeah, man. And that's one thing that we all need to learn, bro. Because no one has it all figured out. No one has it all figured out. And if someone did have it all figured out, just imagine how boring that shit would be, bro. Shit would be boring as fuck. To already have everything completely figured out. Like, come on now. Like, that's one of the best things about life is that we have the
ability to learn
tools.
new things.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you for helping me say that shit. I could not. I brain fart for real. But exactly, we really have this ability to goddamn learn new things and evolve ourselves. But the ultimate thing that it all boils down to is for us wanting to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Because just like the seasons, we can change. And that's the only constant that is in life is change. And once people understand that, they'll realize that there's nothing wrong with, because we believe in shit that's very contradicting all the time. Look at fucking quantum physics. Fucking life is both a particle and a wave at the exact same time. And it's not necessarily about believing it or disbelieving it, but this is what, you know, research has shown. And it's crazy as hell that people can think that you can, you know, still believe in your whatever beliefs that you have, but question them at the same time. And it's crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy. But I'm curious. Do you have anything else to say before I end the podcast?
I mean, nah, not really.
You sure?
Mm.
Alright, y'all. Well, this has been Tilo's Talk, and a live version of Tilo's Talk at that. This is the second time I've done that. Y'all can go check out the first time I did it when Popsicles explained to me extreme absolutism and extreme relativism, and I was playing Ghost of Tsushima. And also go check out Popsicles' channel, even though he doesn't upload. I think it's called Don's Gaming. And with that being said, everyone, I will see you guys next one. I will see you guys later.